너 왜 울어? 문제 있어? 무슨 문제가 있어? 엄마한테 말해.
Put a finger down if you're laid off and have been applying for jobs for over 2 years. You've applied to hundreds of jobs and tailored your resume to every single one of those applications. You use ChatGPT. You've done courses. You've networked. You've gotten dozens of referrals. You've joined a job search council. You've got a career coach. You've lowered your standards so much that now you only apply to entry-level jobs, even though you have over 10 years of working experience and still don't even get those. So now you work 5 different part-time jobs, barely making $40K a year, live in low-income housing, and now we live in a looming recession and the job market's about to crash and you truly don't know what to do next.
Are we great yet? I am one of the newer victims of the Doge cuts under the Trump administration. My role was an outreach person for the 988 mental health hotline. So my job was to promote its use and go to events and make sure the public knew about it and how great of a resource it is. And the company that I work for, which is a nonprofit, laid me off because of their impacts on funding, and the money that pays my job is now no longer theirs to give. So, loving it.
Hello, Internet. My name is Eden. I'm an archaeologist, or at least I was, before I was fired on Friday with thousands of other federal employees. I've thought about making TikToks about archaeology for a long time. I've dabbled, but it feels really uncomfortable, so I haven't really done it. But today is my first day waking up without a job to go to, and I don't really know what to do with myself, so thought I might utilize this moment to give this a whirl. So feel free to send any questions you have about what being an archaeologist means my way, and I'll do my best to answer this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today's video is a bit different but incredibly important. Lately, a powerful and heartbreaking trend has been taking over TikTok. People opening up about getting laid off, not once but sometimes multiple times in the past year. And it's not just a one-off post, it's a wave, a raw and real movement that is painting a picture the headlines hasn't shown us clearly enough. From outrage workers and mental health support services to tech professionals, from retail to non-profits, these stories are piling up. And they are not just statistics, they are people. They are people like you and me who have dedicated their lives to helping others to build in something meaningful, only to be told because of the economy you are no longer needed. Today we are going to watch and react to some of the most gut-wrenching, honest and incredibly brave TikTok about being laid off. We are going to talk about what this trend reveals about our job market, our mental health, and the growing disconnect between workers and the system meant to support them. More importantly, we are going to talk about what can actually be done and what we can all learn from this moment. If you have ever laid off, if you are struggling right now, or if you just want to understand the emotional reality behind this viral moment, this one is for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe and stick around to the end for some practical resources creator shoutouts and how you can support these voices being brave enough to speak out.
So I just lost my job. I just got laid off this morning. I got on a call at 8:30 in the morning. It was my usual weekly one-on-one with my manager that he moved forward. I really didn't think much into it. Yeah, I went into the Zoom meeting and there was one guy in the call already. I still haven't processed it yet. I really didn't think it would have been a layoff. Also because I had just woken up and I haven't checked my inbox yet. Apparently there was an email out from our CEO that said that there was some business organizational changes. So feels very disassociative from an employee's standpoint. I mean, I don't think I've worked with my manager for a very long time, but I expected a little more of a human side. I don't know. I think I'm more devastated than anything because I really enjoyed my Singapore team, and we are actually an all-girl team. And I feel like it's gonna be really hard to find another all-girls team that are all just very, very genuine people. So I would say I'm still overall pretty caught by surprise, as it only just happened 3 hours ago as I'm filming this right now. I guess follow me on my journey as I try to restart my interview process and find a new job.
I got a random meeting on my calendar. I feel like, and there's a bunch of them on this other lady's calendar. I hope I'm not getting fired. I will die. Someone else is in there. I'm getting fired. Oh my god, I'm getting fired. Hello.
Good morning, Decker.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I asked, who I think you know, to join us for this call. She is our HR representative. We've got some updates we'd like to share with you this morning.
Okay.
So as you know, we have been working with to help us identify the best way forward for this last period of time. And while we originally believed that we would be integrating with, we've instead determined that it was best for us to refocus the agency to an independent agency. And in doing so, we've initiated a buyback of it. Unfortunately, as you may know, the lack of growth and the decline in our client revenue has negatively impacted our business beyond what we can sustain. And it's forced us to make what are very difficult decisions to eliminate roles within the agency. And this includes the elimination of your role, making today your last day. Please know that it was a very difficult decision. You may be full. We're not using the last couple of years, and we have the utmost respect and gratitude for what you've done and what you've given. At this point, I would love to turn it over to you so she can take you through some of the next steps.
Email meeting up shortly. And, once you get the chance to review and look everything over, please let me know. And I'm happy to answer any and all questions you may have.
Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Heather. I wish you the best.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye.
I've actually had quite a few people ask me how my job search has been going. If you are unaware, I was laid off from my full-time job exactly a month ago, and I posted a video about it. It went viral and whatever, but I've had people ask me how my job search is going. If you couldn't tell by how puffy my eyes are, it's not going well. I feel like today is like the first time in the last month that I actually had a full-fledged breakdown just about the job market and things like that. It's really hard when you go through an interview process somewhere and you are really hopeful about a job and then you don't get the job. And the job market is so tough because jobs want 3 to 4 years of experience, and most people don't have that. I've just kind of come to the realization I have so much shit coming up this year between weddings, trips, my wedding, my honeymoon. Our lease is up in June, and I hate crying on the internet, but it's just all very, very overwhelming, and it's really hard to even have your application be seen by most companies. I just feel like when you apply on LinkedIn, your application is literally viewed by AI, not a real person, so you're not getting through to someone. I've also just seen so many videos on my For You page this week and over the past month actually of just people being laid off, and some of the comments are just so mean on those videos. And even my video, I got so much hate on my videos. I haven't talked about being laid off since those videos just because I was tired of receiving negative comments about it. But at the end of the day, when you're laid off, your income is literally taken from you without notice for something that you didn't do. It's not like you got fired for something. I am so mentally just exhausted.
너 왜 울어? 문제 있어? 무슨 문제가 있어? 엄마한테 말.
I need to tell my mom that I got laid off. This is not going to be an easy call. We're going to just FaceTime her from my phone.
여보시오.
뭐해?
가게에서 일하지?
오늘 가게 일하는 날이구나.
어쩐 일로 전화를 했어요?
아이, 전화한 지 오래됐잖아, 우리가.
그래서 잘 지내고 있나요?
잘 지내고 있지.
왜 그러지? 너 왜 울어? 문제 있어? 무슨 문제가 있어? 엄마한테 말해.
진짜, 엄마한테 하고 싶은 말이 아니었어, 이게.
근데?
근데, 오늘 회사에서 정리해고 당했어.
아이고.
생활비도 어떻게 지낼까. 엄마는 맨날 나만 걱정하잖아. 그래서 더 걱정시키고 싶지 않아, 나는.
아니, 괜찮아.
그래서 말 안 하려고 했는데 내가
말 안 하면 안 되지. 안 해야 돼.
그니까 엄마니까 그래도
그렇지.
엄마한테는 말하고 싶었고.
울지 마. 할 수 있어. 할 수 있어. 너 혼자 찾을 수 있어. 걱정하지 마. 괜찮아. 울지 마. 그리고 레이벌 디파트먼트에 가가지고 엄마하고 아빠는 걱정해본 적이 없어. 다 너 잘할 거라고 생각했어. 괜찮아.
고마워. 엄마가 그렇게 말해줘서 너무 고마워.
너도 더 좋은 잡을 찾을 수 있어. 걱정하지 마.
계속 열심히 하고 있었지만 지금부터 이제 더 열심히 하고 내 자리를 찾을 거야.
사람들은 그런 일 한 번씩 다 당해. 이게 나를 좀 더 스트롱하게 하는 그런 거야. 그러니까 절대 실망할 때 말고 너 더 좋은 잡, 이 기회가 너를 더 좋은 잡을 찾을 수 있게 하는 그 기회일 수도 있어. 필요하면 언제든지 엄마한테 말해. 필요한 거 있으면. 오케이? 부족했던 잠도 자고 이제 어디냐 도서관 앞에 지금 꽃들도 막 필 때잖아. 꽃 구경도 가. 그 튤립 필 때잖아.
미안해, 엄마.
화이팅! 화이팅! I love you. 힘내.
Well, second time in a year, almost a year to the day, I got laid off again. Twice in a year. And, what the fuck? What is anyone supposed to do? And they said, because of the economy is crap right now. So, we're gonna lay off a whole bunch of people again. And I already was struggling so hard, actually low-key, to even keep the current roof over my head. And now I have no idea how I'm even going to get through the next few hours. I just don't understand. But yeah, the economy is shit. America is shit right now. I feel like there's a really big plan for them to, tank this so that we have to rely on other things, other people. It's fucking shit. And I'm quite frankly tired of it. I'm tired of my livelihood being in other people's hands. And I have no idea how to fix that, but I'm going to, because this is just wild. And I'm fucking angry more than I am hurt or sad. I'm scared. I have no idea where any of my bills are gonna come from, the money. I'm more angry than anything because I just cannot even believe I used to be able to get a job like the week later if I got laid off. So I have no idea what's gonna happen, and I was really hoping at one point I would make money on TikTok, and I still only have 1,500 followers or whatever. So if you could just blow this up and let's get 10,000 followers plus whatever, because I might be homeless in a week or two if I can't figure it out. So yeah, I hope everyone is having a great Tuesday, a way better Tuesday than me. And if you have any tips, tricks, or whatever to help right now and get me through this, greatly appreciated. Yeah. Hi everyone. This is gonna be my first video on TikTok of me legit talking. My name is Courtney. I just changed my name to You're in My Court on here because I kind of want to start posting lifestyle stuff. I changed it last night, but it just got really, really shitty news today. My work from home job I've been at for a year and a half just laid me off. I had a really good salary there. I had really good benefits. And they said it wasn't my performance or anything. I was crying on the call. So I've been wanting to start posting on TikTok. This is day one of me being laid off. I look like shit right now. I am in my truck. I'm gonna go hang out with my horse. She's expensive. Love her. I have to figure that shit out currently. I have minimal amount of credit card debt. I had some ER visits this year, so I'm just gonna start posting on TikTok. I'm not gonna let this ruin my 2025. I really have worked to improve myself in the last year. I have had a lot of challenges, and this year I have been, I've changed my mental health. I've improved it so much. I've lost about 30 pounds, I think about 32 or 33 now. And I've just had a lot of shit going on in the last year. My horse has been contributing to some of those. She had some foot issues, but doing well now. And I'm sorry this is so long. I know it's over a minute, but I really just want to start this on TikTok, and maybe it'll do something, maybe it won't, but I've been telling myself I just want to get out of the corporate world. I really, really liked my job. I literally was saying to my horse's trainer yesterday how thankful I was for this job. I've been texting my friends. I've just been feeling really good lately. And again, it wasn't my performance, but I'm just upset. But I'm gonna just try to cheer myself up with my horse. I'm going to just probably take a week to chill. Maybe just till Monday. I'm not really sure yet. But maybe this will be my push to get out of the corporate world. I've been in the corporate world for about 7 years now in the supply chain industry. I do have experience of like all over the industry pretty much. I am just turning 30 this year. I graduated in 2017 from college with a marketing degree, but I've been in supply chain for my entire career. I think I might start freelancing my logistics services. I have small parcel experience most recently. I've also done truckload, LTL, and I have done some quoting for parts as well and suppliers. So I'm familiar with multiple parts of the industry. So if you're looking as a small business for maybe hiring a new logistics person, maybe we can have a call or something. But thank you guys so much for listening. Yeah, I guess this will just be my journey on TikTok.
You know what is wild? We are watching a trend unfold on TikTok right now that is more than just a wave of content. It's a digital protest. Real people are turning their front-facing cameras on, hitting record and breaking the silence around getting laid off. And it's not just one or two emotional moments, it's hundreds, thousands, a collective exhale of frustration, disbelief, fear and rage. These are not lazy people. These are not people who didn't try hard enough. These are professionals, social workers, mental health advocates, tech specialists, educators, creatives, many of them with years of experience, passion and commitment to their fields. People who took pride in their jobs. People like one woman I watched today who was doing outreach for the 988 mental health hotline, literally helping people survive, now laid off because the funding dried up. And it's not just her, it's a pattern, a systemic unraveling. Let's talk about the pattern, because if you zoom out, this isn't a bunch of unrelated firings. This is the fallout of something bigger. The US economy right now, despite what is taking heads on business news channels might say isn't working for most people. Inflation is still high. Wages haven't kept up. Rent is outpacing income. Graduate costs doubled what they did a few years ago. And job stability, that is a fantasy now. You can have a resume stack with degrees and experience and still one email, one meeting, and you are out. No warning, no self-variance, no safety nets. What is hitting people hardest isn't just the loss of a paycheck. It's the whiplash. The realization that no matter how safe you thought your job was, it could still be taken from you in a heartbeat. People are grieving not just employment, they are grieving control, security, identity. And here's the other side of that coin. It used to be if you got laid off, you could land on your feet pretty quick. Maybe a week or two, a month tops, and you did be back in action. But not anymore. The market is flooded with applicants, job listings are drying up, and when companies do hire, it's often under contractor status. No benefits, no stability, no investment in your future. You are disposable labor. That is it. The irony, so many of these laid off workers come from sectors meant to protect public well-being, non-profits, health, mental health, and education. We are gutting the very system we claim to care about. The woman who got laid off from 988, that is a critical resource. We tell people to reach out when they are struggling, but we are cutting the people who answer the phone. We tell vegetarians to seek help, but the outreach teams are disappearing. We encourage kids to go into social work, but the funding dries up before their first year ends. So when people say the economy is shit right now, they are just vetting. They are accurately describing a system that is broken at its core, and it's not just affecting one group, it's across race, gender, age, and class. It's affecting everyone, and it's especially cruel to those who have dedicated their life to the service. But let's get even more honest, because that is what TikTok is giving us, the unfiltered truth. These videos are heartbreaking. You see the emotion on people's faces, the shock, the shame, and the silent pauses as they try to hold back tears. You hear them say they are scared they won't make rent, that they have been laid off twice in a year, that they have applied to dozens of jobs and had nothing back, that they don't know how they will get through the week. And you know what? They are not alone. This is not an isolated issue. It's a boiling point and is exposing how fragile everything really is for the average American. One expected layoff, one missed paycheck, and the whole house of cards falls. What's wild is how corporate America continues to spin this. We are restructuring, we are optimizing efficiency due to market trends. What they really mean is we are cutting costs and you are the cause. There is no accountability, no transparency, no support, just a pink slip and a thanks for your service. And here's the kicker. People hasn't even mad that they have to work. They are mad that they worked, gave everything and still got tossed aside. They are mad that there is no reward for loyalty, no return on investment for your passion. And now they are out here on TikTok not because they want sympathy, but because they need somebody to hear them. They need to say this happened and I'm still here, and I'm not going to pretend everything is fine. Honestly, that tastes goes, and I respect the hell out of it. It's a kind of storytelling we don't see in the mainstream. It's real, raw, and unscripted. It's emotional labor that shouldn't have to exist, but it does. Because the system have failed so many people that social media is now the only place left to process that trauma in community. Now, of course, there is a flip side to all this. Some creators are hoping to turn this vulnerability into a new kind of livelihood. They are saying, if I can't count on a paycheck, maybe I can build something for myself. Maybe I can monetize my truths, and that is powerful. But also heartbreaking because what does it say about society that is going viral about your layoffs might be your best shot at survival? It's like we have normalized disaster capitalism. Turn your pen into content, turn your story into a brand, and hey, sometimes that does work. Some creators have built massive followings off of being brutal honest, but that shouldn't be the only way to stay afloat. It shouldn't require public heartbreak to get noticed. So what's now? What do we do with this? First, we listen. Really listen to these voices. Don't scroll past. Don't dismiss them as whining or lazy or entitled. These are people trying to survive in a system stacked against them. Second, we share. Share these videos, amplify them, help them reach the people who need to see what is happening. Lawmakers, policymakers, employees, journalists. If we are going to shift the narrative, we need to eyes on the truth. Third, if you can support these creators, whether it's donating to their links, buying their merch, or just boosting their content, do it. Community matters, solidarity matters. And finally, we need to get serious about demanding change, better labor protection, universal basic support systems, healthcare decoupled from employment, public funding that patronize mental health, education, and outreach programs instead of letting them get slashed in the name of efficiency. Because here is the truth, if one of us can lose everything in an instant, so can the rest of us. And what happens to one eventually affects all. So to everyone who turned their pen into a platform, who picked up their phone, hit record and said, I got laid off and I'm scared, we see you, we hear you, you are not alone. And to those in possession of power, maybe it's time to stop watching us and start listening. If you found this video helpful, insightful, or even just real, please give it a like, drop a comment, and subscribe. Let's keep this conversation going, and let's support the people who are brave enough to speak their truth. Until next time, take care of yourselves and take care of each other.